Gentlemen and ladies and gents, got to turn some volume down because the music may be a little bit louder than it needs to be. We're going to do a couple of instrumentals today. Let's bring that volume down for y'all. Keep it right that there. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen and ladies, you may not be able to hear the music, but it's not for you. Got some information. I am doing an appeal for someone in the state of Washington, so that's a document in the background. And the appeal that I have to do, I have to go over their basic rules because their rules require people to do certain things. But I'm glad I pulled this document up and started to do this video with this document. Take a look at this. Every court has this provision where you can have a waiver of the rules. Now, this should be automatic, especially for individuals who are pro se. But we have judges who play a lot of games. Remember, the appeals court, to prove that they're an administrative body, the appeals court in every state does this. They review cases. That's how you know that they're administrative, because they review. Okay? That's how you can tell the difference. All right. Now, there is a issue, got my PowerShell going on. I am correcting a Microsoft Windows problem that normally happens. Let's bring that down. Well, we're going to bring that back up because I have to show you guys something. Let me show you something. Ladies and gentlemen, watch this. I just put in the word senator resigns. Now look at that. Al Franken, he said he wasn't going nowhere. Trump said that's my boy ain't going nowhere. And it looks like he's gone. But wait a minute, hold on. He's not the only one. Okay, it's only because I said senator. So let's do congressman. Congressman resigns. Now look, they got 2014, 2015. We just gonna do congressman resigns. Oh, look at that. John Conyers Jr. Interesting. And after nearly 53 years. Interesting, huh? Ladies and gentlemen, why? Why? Why is it happening? Because these individuals decided that they wanted to be a part of a universe, Illuminati, and Masonic cause, and now they didn't want to retire. They didn't want to move on out of the way. Well, now they're moving them out of the way so they can bring in fresh meat, so they can put in the laws and do the stuff they want to do. Ladies and gentlemen, look at all of these different ones. You guys know about what happens with the Masons. They have their wild little parties, have little sex parties, have their little trading of children, sex slave rings that they control when they go out of country, having these kids brought to them. Of course, it would have to come back on them. But I just wanted all of you to know why this is happening now and why so many of them are resigning. It is because of the implementation of the change in the stupid system. You see, they've been having a hard time getting things done. Not because these individuals wouldn't go their way, it's because they wouldn't do all the things they wanted them to do. Okay? Now, you notice they're just resigning. None of them are going to jail. If they fight back, of course they're going to be going to trial, going to jail. Oh, and let's do one more thing. I'm just doing a news report thing today. Just letting you guys know that it's because of what they were involved in that's happening. We're going to do this. Now, you know what? I got to admit, I can't hear my music, even on my end. So we're going to bring it up there. I need to be able to hear the instrumental a little bit. We're going to do something right here. I don't want officer involved in shooting. I don't want officer in court. I want officer. I just want the officer being sentenced. You know, the guy who shot Mr. Scott. Y'all remember the case? At first, hey, they said he was not guilty. But because of all the public outlash, hey, he's got a bodyguard. He's got full armored bodyguard. He's not even wearing a vest. Look, is he wearing a vest under there? He might be wearing a vest, but he's got a full armored bodyguard and they got helmets. He ain't got no helmet. Okay? Pay attention. This is because they want to appease the public. Remember, public perception means a lot to them. Okay? So, what we did is we brought him, and they talk about his 20-year sentence. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the problem. What about Wilson? You guys remember Mike, don't y'all? Mike Brown? What about Mike Brown? Now, let me explain this. Anybody who kills someone, they talk about their freedom being taken away or their life being taken away, and that kind of makes up for what they did. Now, I do agree that everybody should reap what they sow. I honestly agree with that, including myself. Everyone should reap what they sow. But here's the problem. This is not justice. Remember, they found him not guilty at first because they play with the law. They control the courts. You see, you can't be having all of these officers going to jail because then they wouldn't do their job anymore. Don't you guys understand that? If they were all going to jail, they would be afraid to do their job and they would allow crime to run rampant. Now, we all know that there is a necessity for a police force. There is a necessity. There is not a necessity for a military force within the citizen rank, which is why you hear all the flack. But we are under military rulership. Look, that's why they're wearing military gear. Do you see? Military gear. Military gear. Military gear. How tall is he? 4'1"? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this is the stuff that's going on and people are just not paying attention. Did you guys hear what Trump did yesterday? Watch what Trump did. TRUMPDECLARES declares what? Don't want the emergency. Let's say JER. I spelled it wrong, but it will correct me. No, I spelled it right, I believe. I just want Trump declares Jerusalem the capital of Israel. Trump declares Jerusalem the capital of Israel. Wait, hold on. Not the United States declares Jerusalem the capital of Israel. No, Trump declares Jerusalem the capital of Israel. What the, ladies and gentlemen, it can't happen like that. Can you say power gone to somebody's head? It can't happen like that. Trump can't declare anything in Israel. He cannot declare anything in Palestine. He has no authority there. Okay? And for him to take the U.S. Embassy and put it inside Jerusalem when they know of the controversy of the Temple Mount? What the? Now, again, this is not about the Bible because we know that the Jews, as a nation, in 33 CE, put someone to death whom they did not have the right to put to death. They put a lot more people to death that they didn't have a right to do. Just like during the Middle Ages, another religious organization put a lot of people to death that they didn't have the right to do. But in this instance, these individuals were abandoned because they abandoned the God they were supposed to be serving. You guys know what this is? Salem? Salem is peace. Do you understand that? is supposed to be a city of peace. There is no peace there. Okay? There is no peace. No justice, no peace. Okay, now, do you understand what Trump is doing? Trump doesn't even know what he's doing. Trump is doing what he's told. Okay, all that tweeting and everything, you all thought that was Trump that was doing all the tweeting back and forth to people because the president tweeted this and the president tweeted that. Do you realize that's his stupid attorneys doing that? That's not him. Okay, they're doing the same thing with him as they did with Bush. Doing all kind of stupid stuff, making these idiots out to look like villains. Look at Bush. Look at him now. What's he doing? Where he at? What's his reputation like? What's he known for? They're doing the same thing to this idiot. And yes, this one is an idiot. I don't vote. So if you don't vote, then you don't have a voice. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, even if I did vote, I couldn't vote for the president if I wanted to. Because the president is not chosen by the Electoral College. It's chosen by the popular vote, right? President is chosen by the Electoral College. So the people don't vote for the president, ever. They may cast a ballot, but that's all that is. That is a paper gesture. That is a placebo, not placebo, placebo. Okay? That's all that is. It's a Band-Aid. I am stuck on Band-Aid, Brown, because Band-Aid stuck on me. That's all it is. But people want to go out there and they want to vote. Why? Because they say I got to get out the vote. If I don't vote, then my voice won't count. I don't have a right to speak if I don't vote. Ladies and gentlemen, the popular vote, if it was a democracy, would have had somebody else sitting in that chair, and that person would have been making the same dumb, stupid decisions because they are puppets. Why do you say they're puppets? Why I say they're puppets? Hold on. TikTok, not that one. TikTok, that one. Puppet, 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 puppet. Because they are controlled. Show me the ring on this man's finger. Show me that Masonic ring that he has on his finger. Hey, look at that flag right there. Look at that nice little curvage in that flag. It's a shame that they have an Admiralty flag that lets you know the jurisdiction the Congress is under. Because he's sitting in Congress when this is occurring. Okay, see his name right there? Representative. Okay? And I don't know the man. Never knew nothing about him. Don't care about him. Oh, and this one right here, he just was a good old boy, was just going to show everybody he wasn't going nowhere. Excuse me, looks like he's going somewhere, huh? I don't care about who's this congressman, who's that congressman. What I want all of you to understand is that this is not a coincidence that they're doing this now. They're cleaning house. Why? Because they need to bring in their puppets who are going to do whatever they tell them to do and who they promise safety and security to, and they promise them that they will survive the global crisis that's about to come. They will protect them and their family. They've given them already the assurances, the people who they're going to put in office, not the people who are going to be elected. The elections, if they have any elections, that's going to be fake. You're going to think that the people voted this person, and ladies and gentlemen, the voting is done by computer system. Sorry, I got to check the time because I got a meeting I have to be in about 20 minutes. The voting is done by a computer system. Now let me explain something to you guys about computers. Do you know what happens with a computer? You guys do understand that all computers are programmed, including the one in your head? All computers are programmed. So if the computer is programmed, that means it can be manipulated. Do you not understand that's what the lottery is all about? The lottery is done through a computer system, a programmed system. With the lottery, that's why you have to have your vote in, your lottery ticket in, before a certain time, usually an hour before the so-called drawing. If it was truly fair, then they would pick the number a couple of seconds after the polls closed or the lottery drawing closed. But they never do that. They wait an hour. Why? Because that computer needs to pick out the numbers that wasn't picked. And it needs to select that. That's why every week there was no winner today, but next week the jackpot will be $85 quadrillion. You could be the next quadrillion millionaire. and more people go out and buy tickets, and then they'll allow 2 or 3 people to win. Ladies and gentlemen, there are millions of people playing the lottery. What are the chances of just only a few of them getting the number right? Impossible. You got to do demographics, ladies and gentlemen. The chances of several other people picking the same number is a lot closer to reality than 3 or 4 people picking the same number. Why? Go ahead and do the math. Understand the logic behind it, and then go and watch a TV show such as Numbers, or the TV show, what is it called, Wisdom of the Crowd? Those 2 shows tell you about just that fact. See, probability, the amount of different numbers people will pick is not infinite. It's basically based on their culture, their upbringing, and so forth, which is why so many will pick the same number. If you ask a person to pick a number from 1 to 10, they're going to pick, pay attention, 7, 5, or 2. Very seldom will they pick 4, 3, 1, 9, or 8. Do you know why that is? It's how they are taught to count. They will pick the more common numbers, which lets you know that more people will pick the correct number than the people who don't pick the correct number. That's what people don't understand, but then they don't have to understand that. They just need to understand the fact that you can't have what's called a lottery drawing because it doesn't work that way. It just doesn't work that way. All right, the same thing with these Senate races, these mayor races, these gubernatorial governor races. All of that junk is fixed, ladies and gentlemen. That's why there was such a big push during the 80s to go to the ballotless system, where nobody was counting ballots anymore. They wanted to do it all electronically. Why did they want to do it all electronically? The same reason they went to digital. You know, you guys remember that a couple of years ago where they went to digital, they changed everything over to digital? Everybody thought they were trying to improve the system, make things better for the people. That's a lie. We knew it then, we know it now. The only reason why they went digital is so that they could control everything. Can't control analog. That's the free airwaves. That's in the air. But digital signal, that's in the air too. But they can control who receives the signal. That's all it's been. That's all it was. So I just want you all to know these things because it's very important that you do know these things. I got to get off of this mic to go back to speaking on another mic. So I'm just going to say, I just wanted y'all to know, okay, what's really going on so that you can see behind the scenes. This stuff has nothing to do with no stupid sexual harassment. Yes, if they did it, remember, they're saying they didn't do it, but then they're resigning. Some of them are claiming health reasons and all that stuff. If they did it, fine, prosecute them. Put them through the system. But you don't see that happening, do you? You see them just resigning. Why? Because somebody gave them a warning. They didn't heed that warning, so they give them another warning. If you really want to understand how this is working out, just watch the television series Scandal, and then go back and watch the West Wing. And you'll see it being played out right there in front of the public as it was on TV. All right, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gents, we're going to have a video coming up talking to you about the mortgage and pay to the order of and the certificate of satisfaction. That should be the next video, but got a lot of things going on. Got appeals that I have to work on for people. Got, when I say appeals, that's with an S. Several bankruptcy courts, several federal district courts, several state courts. That's why I don't have the time to be helping everybody else because I'm already helping enough people. See, what I do when I help somebody with their case, I put them in more than one court. I give them more than one option. I believe in loading up the entire arsenal, not just one gun and going into a knife fight. I want an entire arsenal. I don't want just a 9-shooter because there's 100 people coming at me. I want a 9-shooter, a pea shooter. I want the AK-47. I want the street sweeper. Y'all know what the street sweeper is, don't y'all? That's right, Mac 10. Not the rapper, but the gun. Okay, I want all of that at my arsenal. Now, y'all know that's not what I mean. That's just hypothetically speaking because I don't trust guns, don't believe in guns, don't want a gun. Yes, I know guns exist, but they don't exist in my life. I don't deal with guns. I don't touch guns. As a matter of fact, I don't think I've ever held a gun. No, I don't think I've ever held a gun. Never wanted to. Don't need to. But in our Western culture, Having a gun is a manly thing. Men have guns ever since the cowboy days. What the? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for taking the time. We'll get those other videos out as soon as I can possibly muster up the time. Until then, have a nice day, and thank you for joining us. Until next week, until next time, same bat channel, same bat time. Have a good day. Goodbye.